SwoleBenji here. Today I am going to talk to you about faction heart transports. Alright, so the faction heart transports means that you're going to take 15 hearts. You don't have to do 15 hearts if you don't want to. You can also do 7 hearts or 3 hearts. We're going to be taking 15 hearts to Limhurst and then running back, which will earn us 19 tree hearts, alright? And it's a risk of 600,000, and we will be making 160,000 silver in one trip. But before we begin the trip, alright, there's a few things. When you faction flag, you have to be faction flagged. I'm faction flagged for Bridge Watch. You're going to click this little third square that says Trade Missions. You're going to click this and read the details here, especially conditions. You see where this little green check mark is? Stay below 100% weight. So currently, after we accept the quest, we will be at 49% weight. Now, I'm going to despawn this ox, and I just want to say right now, you should be riding a grizzly bear. If you don't have a grizzly bear, you should be riding a saddled dire bear, and if you don't have a dire bear, you can also ride the winter bear, but you want to ride some form of bear. The reason why you want to ride a bear is because they have an abnormally high amount of health. They have huge armor and magic resistance, but most importantly, they have crowd control resistance, which is going to synergize with our gear, and I'll talk about that in a second. But first, let's despawn this ox. So you can see if I take this mission here, that my weight will be 308%. So if I get dismounted on an ox, I'm done for. It's the same thing as a bear, but you will not be dismounted on a bear with this build I'm going to show you, alright? Even if 10, 11, 15 players attack you, you will be able to escape from them because they can't hold you down. So here's the build. Alright, you want a bag. You know, you don't have to have an 8-3 bag, but a bag good enough that with your mount, with you on your mount, that this quest shows that you are below 100%, okay? So like if I just take this bag off, I'm at 58%, so I don't even need the bag. I can just trash the bag. But I would recommend, you know, carrying a bag, just some sort of bag. Alright, now, the Guardian Helmet here, it doesn't have to be Guardian Helmet, but the reason I recommend Guardian Helmet is you can use this shield ability, and while it's active, you can channel mounting up while a player attacks you or a mob, and on the passive, you want crowd control resistance, okay? Now, for the cape, you want Fort Sterling Cape, and what this does is it will cleanse a crowd control debuff on you every 1 minute. I think it's like 2 minutes if it's just a tier 4. You don't have to have 8.3 on any of this stuff, but it does help. Alright. For the weapon, you want mace, and you want to use the snare charge, and that way you have 2 leaps, and then for Q, I'm just using the damage resistance one. You're not really going to be doing any fighting. This is just for moving around, but also, the mace is a one-handed weapon that gives you 566 additional health. And it gives you a health regeneration bonus, which is something you absolutely want, okay? For armor, I'm using Armor of Valor. You can also use Guardian Armor. The only thing that's important here is that it has high base stats for both armor, magic resistance, and crowd control resistance, okay? But if you don't want to shill out for one of these, just get a Guardian Armor. They're cheap, and they're not as good, but they're the next best thing. And of course, you want Tenacity as your passive. Alright, and then for boots, I'm using Soldier Boots. You can use any plate boots you want. Alright, I just like Soldier Boots, but you want Tenacity. You want full plate, essentially. For your offhand, you're going to use a Sacred Scepter, and the reason is because of this crowd control resistance. Alright, for food, you're going to be using the Deadeye Pie, and what this does, it gives you maximum load, but more importantly, it gives you crowd control resistance versus players. The tooltip does not tell you this, but it is, like, you'll know, like, if I was not to eat this food, my crowd control resistance on here will still read 91. However, if I eat the food versus players, it will jump to 34%. So it's a little weird with that. For potions, I use Invisibility Potion because you can juke people, and then if they run the wrong way, it gives you time to use your helmet and then mount up. Alright, but like I said, if you're riding a bear, you won't be dismounted, okay? Because, like, this is an ox, it only has 263 crowd control resistance. You can see here, I have over 1,000 crowd control resistance, which means the crowd control that a player uses will only last 9% of the total, but then that is reduced even more by 34% because of the food. So essentially, let's say they have a 10-second stun. Alright, so that's going to be essentially a less than 1 second stun. Alright, and no one in this game runs around with a 10-second stun, unless they are super high, 8.3 max spec, and even then, they have to chew through the bear's armor, your plate armor, all the health that you have. It's just insane. This build, they can't escape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to accept the quest, so now we're doing the transport, and you can dismount, it won't put you overweight, that's fine. But if you walk out of the range of this circle, it will despawn your mount and you will fail the quest. So we're going to start the timer right now and eat a food, and let's go. We're going to Limhurst. Alright? We're just going to go to Limhurst as fast as possible. And I actually, I just rebooted my computer, so everything's going to load slow the first time. That's another thing that you should do. If you have an SSD, what you should do is just ride through the zones at some point, you know, with your computer on. That way it's in your memory, it's in your... I don't know how computers work, but it's in your system. It'll load faster that way. And with a grizzly bear, if you're attacked by a mob, you will get a little speed boost. So you can actually do this run faster on a grizzly. And while I do own a grizzly, I gave it away on the test realm for testing purposes. So you can see this item, a stack of unsuspecting boxes, is in our inventory. And you'll also notice we have like a little swirling box buff around our character. Other players can see this, alright? So if another player is looking to pop transports, and they see you with these 3 boxes and you're not on a bear, you're free money to them. You are essentially free money. If they kill you if they down you in a yellow zone, you will drop half of your boxes, which is 8. It's gonna round up for them, and not for you. Because I do this all the time. I gank transporters all the time. I don't recommend this as a way to make money because not only does it take forever, it does not strengthen your character, you don't get any combat fame for it, and it's all the risk is on you. The ganker has no risk. You're not going to kill the ganker, you're not going to fight back on the ganker. The ganker won't suffer a repair bill. All the ganker has to do is just ride around until he sees someone with these 3 boxes swirling around him, and it's free money if they aren't on a bear. You absolutely need a bear to do this. Now, not only that, but anytime someone clicks on you, they can see this little buff in the top left that says you're carrying a stack of heavy strong boxes, right? And they can see this yellow circle with the 3 boxes, or 2 boxes, or 1 box, depending on how much you're transporting. And it's just a big sign that says, kill me for money, okay? Now, like I said, in the yellow zone, you won't lose your gear, and you won't lose all of your hearts. You will lose half of them when a ganker gets you, okay? So they earn like 200-something thousand in silver, and you lose, you lose like that amount. It sucks. This is not something I would advise players do, but I'm showing it anyway just to show you how long it takes to ride to Limhurst and to ride back. And if you open the map, you can see, well, actually, it says here on the quest objective, deliver the goods to Shady Thunder or Shady Edwin in Hornbeam Wood or Aspen Wood. So we can see that the closest one, Hornbeam Wood, is right outside U Wood. I know how to get there because I gank there all the time. So, unfortunately, when you're on a bear, or in this case, I'm on an ox, you do travel slower than if you're on a speedy mount. So, you know, like, I know we've been dicking around, but it's already been 3 minutes. And you want to avoid mobs, of course. Don't let mobs despawn your mount, but like I said, if you're on a bear, you're not getting despawned, okay? And there is a trick that you can do. You can't do it during faction transports, because if you despawn your mount, you go overweight and fail the quest, okay? You don't want to ever despawn your mount, because the quest will fail. There's no way to hold 3 boxes. Like, you could set your boots to carry weight, and you could use the 8.3 Masterpiece bag, and you still won't be able to carry it without your mount, okay? It's just too darn heavy for the 3-box quest. The 2-box quest, you can carry it without a mount, and so you could do the despawn trick. But the despawn trick is essentially, let's say you're on a bear, and your bear is heavily wounded, right? And it's like on its last little bar of health. So what you do is you zone into the next area, which you get a protective bubble for plenty of time. You unequip your mount, you wait 10 seconds, you re-equip your mount, and then you mount up and the mount will be at full health. It just takes 10 seconds with that little trick, and it counts as a new mount for whatever reason. And that's how you can basically infinitely ride a bear around zones, especially for like faction PvP and stuff like that. So just a little tip for you. These things, they're not in the wiki, they're not on other people's channels, they're not on any discords. It's just like, people know these things and they just tell each other in their little guilds, you know? So when doing faction transports, you want to make sure you're not being attacked by mobs because that'll slow you down. But you also want to make sure you're not traveling the main road. And also don't get near these. Like this is the test realm. That's why I have 8 billion silver on me, guys. But if I get near this guy without a bubble and he aggroes me, on the map for anyone who's flagged up in Limhurst, they will see that this is under attack. And when they see this is under attack, they're going to come and investigate. They're going to see someone on a mount doing a transport, and they are going to devise a plan to dismount you, kill you, and to take your hearts, because it's free. Like I said, it's free money. If you've watched some of my PvP gank videos, you'll see that I do this all the time to people. I will just be randomly killing people, in yellow zones of course, and I will come across someone doing a faction transport. If they are not on a bear, that is free money. Alright, I can follow them for 3, 4, 5, 6 zones, it doesn't matter. I'm eventually getting them off that mount, and they're not going to make it. The only time they've ever escaped is if they juked me, right? Which you can juke with a spectral boar, but even then, like, that's only if the other player that you're juking falls for it, okay? And I tend to fall for those kind of tricks all the time because I'm very simple-minded, but you can't trick everybody. Some people are very clever and very quick-witted, and you're just not going to be able to juke them, and then you're going to lose your hearts. And all this time, like this entire time I've spent, it's been, how long has it been, Food Buff? It's been like 6 minutes? We have been transporting for 6 minutes now, and I'm like, I wouldn't even dismount to get that hidden treasure. It is the test realm. You can if you want, but do you want to risk 300,000 in hearts or 220,000 in hearts, whatever the math is? It's like 40,000 a heart. You want to risk that many hearts for like a couple thousand silver? I don't think so, man. So don't you dare dismount, because you never know. You never know what could happen. Also, if people are zone camping, which is where they just have 10 dudes right at the exit here, don't try to run past them unless you're on a bear, because you're not gonna make it. They're gonna crowd control you and pop your mount immediately. Alright, also another thing to note, if you're on the grizzly bear or the frost bear, don't use your offensive abilities, because that locks you in combat and you can't zone into the next area. Alright, so just don't do it. This activity, the heart transports, it's mostly a bot activity. This is something that botters do. Before I started massively ganking everyone doing transports many months ago, whenever the faction warfare system changed and made yellow zone ganking safe and not full loot PvP, there was so many bots running through naked. They were naked on oxes, running through these zones doing the transport. And you could just kill them and they would respawn, buy more hearts, and then do it again, and you could just kill them and you could farm them all day long. You could farm faction hearts all day long from those bots. And, you know, like a day or two later, the owner would get on and realize that they've lost a whole bunch of money. And, yeah, like, those bots are gone. I have literally eradicated them. At least the Martlock and Limhurst ones. I don't know if there's Bridgewatch bots. I don't know if there's, like, Thetford or Fort Sterling bots doing it. But all the bots from Martlock and Limhurst are dead. I have put them into extinction, and they have made me a lot of money doing that. So you'll notice on the map, you'll see this little question mark, little quest giver, quest thingy. Now, it's a little hard to describe, but there's like a little circle on the map. You see this circle here? Like you can kind of make out a circle with a dot in the middle. This is where you want to go. Now, here's the cool thing about this, right? And there's been a few players that have done this to me when I'm chasing them. Once you get into this circle, you're protected. That no one can hurt you. You have an infinite shield. Nothing can happen to you at all, right? You are completely fine. So as the ganker, if you don't kill your target before they get here, like, see, I'm completely protected. Of course, if I leave the bubble, I won't be protected. But this freely lets you go in here and you can talk to this NPC, and then you're gonna give him your items, and he's gonna give you the items. But you have to return these back to Bridgewatch. We're not over, and you'll notice now that we've accepted the quest, we are now invisible, right? Invisibility only lasts like 30 seconds, so kind of make the most of it. Also, it triggered my cape for some reason, which is weird. Maybe? Something triggered my cape. I don't know what. Maybe a mob did. But we're invisible, so you can slip away from gankers. They can't wait outside the circle for you to leave. And you can see now, we got to return to Commander Yara in Bridgewatch. So we just need to go back to Bridgewatch, back the way we came. So the trip essentially took us a little under 10 minutes, so we can expect another 10 minutes to get back. So for it takes 20 minutes to make 160,000, guys. I don't really think that that's honestly worth it. Okay, 160,000 to get 4 more hearts. Like that, you can do that 3 times in an hour. So that's what, 160, 320. That would be 480,000 silver in 1 hour. I can make that much in 30 minutes doing dungeons, and when you do dungeons, you are also getting combat fame. Alright, you know, it's it's also less risky. This is a risky thing to do. You can lose your hearts. Now, not every new player can afford a $2 million grizzly bear. Not every player can afford a $3 million polar frost bear. I think the regular dire bears are their tier 8. A new player won't have tier 8 adventurer unlocked. So that's kind of out. Like, faction transports, yeah, if you did this all day, you would make money, sure. But you wouldn't make any fame. And if you're not faming up your character's combat ability, you're gonna be weak. You're always going to be weak. You won't be able to kill anybody except for, like, corrupted dungeons. Not even the Slayer difficulty. It's just a bad thing for you to do, and this is why I don't recommend this activity. And people say that doing dungeons is boring. Well, you know what? Doing transports is boring. You know what's boring is when you're driving on the highway, and you're surrounded by all these stupid 18-wheeler trucks, okay? They're hauling dirt, they're hauling gas, groceries, construction equipment, whatever, right? That's what they're doing. They're doing in real life faction transports all frickin' day long, okay? And it's just boring. Why would you play a video game to be a truck driver? Okay? Like, why would you do that? Just don't. Just don't do it. Reset camera. By the way, if you ever want a quick reset camera, you click reset camera, you close and reopen the map, and that will instantly lock you to your character on the world, right? Just a little another tip for you, for those that have watched this long. Give me just a sec, lads. There will be a little bit of silence, but I'll be right back while I do my transport, okay? Sorry, I had some really spicy sauce earlier, and it's doing a number on my voice, so it's kind of hard to talk this entire video nonstop. I do apologize, but hey, we're not like a professional. I mean, I guess we are a professional, but we're, you know, it's just me. I don't have a team of editors. I don't think I'll ever have a team of editors and crap like that. So all these videos are made live as I play them. That's how it should be. No ultra crazy professional stuff. And I know someone in the comments is going to be like, SwoleBenji, why are you playing on the test realm? It's all you ever play on is the test realm, dude. Play on the real realm. Okay, so the thing with the real realm is, honestly, I didn't feel like buying 15 hearts. I just didn't feel like it, okay? I hate doing this crap. I hate doing the heart transports. The heart transports clearly suck. So why would I support the heart economy on the real server? Also, I've spent all my faction points on the real, actual, better thing. Oh, see, I just triggered the guard, so if there was actual players, they could be alerted, but it's whatever. Look, the point is that I can show you guys on the test server, using the test server, how this works and how long it takes. That's the whole point of the video. Okay, if you manage to complete a heart transport, it's gonna be about 20 minutes on an okay run, you know, like, if you have to run from gankers or path around them or go around different zones to avoid gank squads, because it's not gonna be just one guy. I know you guys watch the heck out of my channel, and you see me gank transporters, and it's just me, but a real transport gank group is like 5 to 10 people. Alright, so what happens when you encounter gankers? Now, if you're, like I said, if you have this equipment and you are on a grizzly bear, they can't hold you down, okay? They can hit you with a Grail Seeker, you know, they can hit you with all the roots and stuns and claw stabby stabs, and none of it will hold you down. You will be able to move after literally less than half a second. You'll be stuck there for just like, oh, I'm stuck. Okay, now I'm moving again, right? And as a grizzly bear, when you're hit, you run faster. So if anything, you just run the heck away. The only true way, which I don't know if I'm ever going to make a video on this, but since you're this far into the video, I'll tell you a secret. You can technically dismount a grizzly bear with 3 8.1 poison potions, but they have to be thrown fully buffed up from an arcane staff user that casted Frazzle on you. Alright, I've done so much testing, and 3 of those potions, which would take you 27 seconds worth of potion throwing like damage to dismount the bear, to do that amount of damage. But like I said before, if you're on a bear, they're not holding you down, and you're gonna be able to get through a zone. They're not gonna be able to catch up to you and throw 3 frickin' potions over 27 seconds. Like, let's say I got hit by a potion right now, we just count 27 seconds from now. It's been like 3 or 4 seconds, and I'm going up here, and yes, I'm aware I'm on a gallop, but well, technically you wouldn't even be hit by the potion there because you would be shielded, but like you'd be hit by the potion here. Right? So let's take a hit. Let's take a hit so we're not galloping, right? Okay, so we're not galloping. We're hit by the poison potion. We're being crowd controlled by Grail Seekers and Fear Capes. Or I'm sorry, the Fear Armors. We got Mace Stun going on. We got the Frost Staff Stun, the Frost Slow, the Chill House Slow. They're all popping off on us. So, I'm just going to stand here for a sec because they're still popping off on us. Alright, so we get hit by the second potion now. This is the second potion. Ow. Okay, we're slowed again, And we're about half health at this point, on our bear. Right? And oh, look, we made it. We're at the end. There you go. And then you got the shield again, so you go halfway through the zone. By the time your shield wears off, your bear is going to have more regenerated HP, because like I said, remember the mace? You have health regeneration bonus plus 20%, okay? And that combines with your armor regeneration bonus of 150%, health regeneration bonus 150%. So you have 170% health regeneration. And then you have, well, that's just health regeneration, not a percentage. 170% health regeneration, alright, when you're out of combat. So your bear's healing up. They're not going to dismount you guys. And if you want, you could just play really safe, and you could go around, or you could play more conservatively, stuff like that. Alright, so we're about to, we're about to reach Bridgewatch, and yes, I could have pathed it around and been a little faster at this, but when you're doing faction transports all day, you're not, like, zoned into the game. You're not super hyper-focused. Oh, I've got to beat my best time. I've got to do my speed run. Right? You're just like, you use auto run. By the way, for those that don't know, let me just show you a little trick. You go to game settings, you go to key binding, and then there's a really important key that you need to bind, especially if you're going to do this activity. I don't know why you would, but see right here where it says wait, what? Where is it? Okay, it's called like auto run. It's in the key bindings. It's like auto run, auto walk, something like that. Where are you? Come on now. Toggle auto run. Where are you? Come on now. Show yourself. Show yourself. Where are you? Auto run. Here it is. Auto run. I have it set to back quote, which is known as tilde, which is the button above tab. Okay? So, and the way auto run works is I press the button. I'm going to press it really hard. You hear that? I don't know if you heard that. And anywhere that I point the mouse, it will automatically run to it, right? And this is why you can see people like running into walls sometimes like this. Like there's not a person holding left click under the wall. They're just auto running into it, okay? This is also how people do the quick spins, right? And yeah, there you go. That's auto run. And it's great. That way you can rest your hands. You can crack your knuckles, right? I don't know if you can hear that. There you go. Anyway, we made it to Bridgewatch. Like I said, it would take you about 20 minutes. In this case, we did it in like 19, even when we were dicking around, so... And then we hit give items, and now we have 19 tree hearts. Now, with these tree hearts, we can't do the mission because you have to have beast hearts. So, what this means is you would either have to ride all the way back to Limhurst to do the mission with them, or you just sell them. Okay, and tree hearts sell for a little bit more in Bridgewatch than beast hearts do. And if you decided you wanted to transport these hearts with your equipment on to Limhurst for whatever reason, it would cost you 2 million, which is not worth it. So, yeah, that's the video, guys. That's faction transporting. You make 160,000 in under 20 minutes. And that's it. You don't really gain any experience. You don't gain faction points. You don't get nothing. You just get these stupid hearts that don't really do anything for you, okay? Like, whoop-de-doo. It's just pure silver. There's other things that make more silver while making you faction points, ranking up your faction rank, while getting loot, while getting combat fame. So just avoid faction, like, faction transports are for bots and slaves, and just, it's not for you. You're an elite gamer for watching my channel. I don't want to see anyone that watches my channel do transports. It's cringe. It's a waste of your time. Don't do them. Don't ever do them, okay? I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Make sure you return your shopping carts. And also, leave a like and a comment in this video. On this video. I don't know how you would do it inside the video, but leave a like and a comment, alright? It's an algorithm cheat code. It's a YouTube hack. It helps the channel out massively. If you leave a like and a comment, that is a cheat code, okay? So do it for me. Also, 72% of you aren't subscribed, okay? That's better than 80%, but 72% of you, that's a lot. Look, I know YouTube shows you my videos. I know it shows you my videos, like every day, you see one in your feed and you click on it. That's cool, I appreciate it. But I need you to hit subscribe right now. Click subscribe right now, because one day it won't show you my videos anymore, and you're gonna be like, well, I guess he stopped uploading, and then you're gonna like miss like 30 videos. So subscribe right now, click that button. It's completely free. You can always unsubscribe later. It's not permanent, okay? Anyway, I appreciate it, lads. I will see you in the next one.